you are having a blessed day. We are here with our next little project, and we're going to kind of be revisiting another project. So I had a kind of, I wonder, what if? So I decided to try it. First I tried it digitally, but I started to think, we remember this. This was my very first potato chip block, and I made up 20 of them for a charity quilt using men's shirt fabrics, and I did not sew it together yet, but I had an idea. So this was my idea. I said to myself, what would happen if we made a disappearing potato chip block? So I tried it with my camera. I took a photo of one of the blocks. I put it into one of my software programs, and I decided to mix it up a wee bit. And I kind of like it, so I thought we would actually try that. Here is one of our blocks, and these were trimmed down to 12 inches. Yeah, I know, they're supposed to be 12 and a half. Oh well. What are you in for?
I didn't use 1/4 inch seam.
Life happens. All right, they're 12-inch square. So the plan is this. I'm thinking of whacking off 3 inches from all the way around. So we're doing this very carefully. We're not going to move things, even though this sewing machine is in my way. We've done that. Now, without moving the block, we're going to rotate this, and now we're going to put this back down 3 inches. This should be the last cut. It says here in fine print,
etc., etc. Memo bis punitor delicatum.
there we go. I am going to rotate this, let's do counterclockwise, 90 degrees, and then let's switch the thin stuff on the outside, the small square on the very outside corner. Okay. And let's see what that looks like. So that looks kind of cool. Let me look at it through the lens. Yeah, that has quite a bit of movement to it. I think that's kind of cool. I don't think anyone would guess that that's a potato chip block. So now the next step is to actually sew this together. I have the block off to my left here, and I'm going to be sewing together a 9-patch. I am left-handed, so I usually work left to right. So I am going to take the first piece and the middle piece and sew them together, and we'll do chain style. And I did test my machine, and it apparently he reset it to factory, so I had to redo all my custom settings here. So now we're going to take the middle row, match my seam, my intersections here. Alrighty, let me go iron this. There it is, and I like it. It is quite busy, but that's okay. It'll give people something to look at. So I think what I will do is I will march forward here with slicing and dicing. Okay, so we will slice up another one. pretend like it never moved. And the last cut. This moved on me a wee bit. We will rotate the center 90 degrees counterclockwise, and we'll put that there and that there and that there and that there, and we will sew that together. So there is our second block, and I think they look pretty cool. So I'm going to turn the camera off and I will get these things sewn together and up on the design board. Hello there, YouTube. I figured I would pop in and give you a brief update on where we are. As you can see, I have cut all of the blocks and laid them out the way I wanted. We rotated this counterclockwise, or if you're in the UK, anti-clockwise once, so 90 degrees, and then we switched these corners on both sides, and we are rolling. I have one, two, three. Let's put it this way. I have a lot done. I have some left. So I hope that's a good enough update for you.
Experimentally.
I did take a dinner break and had myself a grilled cheese, and I did watch The Chosen. I don't know if all of you all watched The Chosen or not, but I can highly recommend the show. And if you are a follower of Christ, or if you have an interest in the life and ministries of Christ, you can go to thechosen.tv and watch the show. The first 2 seasons are available to see. The 3rd season has episodes 1 and 2 have just come out, and so you can watch those, or you can wait until the end of January and then binge all season 3 at once. I've watched the show so many times that I know the script by heart, and it's a really good show, and it has given me a relationship with Jesus that I did not have before, and it also lifted the veil of confusion off of the Bible, and I can now read and understand the Bible. I still have problems with parables, and I know that the Lord and Jesus speak in parables quite often, and I'm kind of more of a literal person, so I have a bit of confusion with those. This show has just opened my eyes, and it has opened my soul, and I have a close relationship with Jesus. I talk to him all day. I thank him all day. I pray to him all day. It is so cold and so windy out, and it's supposed to get worse. It's supposed to be down into the single digits by the end of the week. I'm chain piecing like this, and then I'm taking the next piece and I'm leaving these little tails here. It helps line things up when you're ready to sew the rest of it together. These quilts, these potato chip block quilts come together so fast. When my husband gets here, I'm going to have him give me a hand. I'm going to carry a big roll of batting upstairs to the guest room, and I am going to start layering quilts and getting them quilted. So we will be doing some machine quilting very soon. For the charity quilts, I'm not going to be doing anything really fancy. I'm just going to be doing probably wavy lines or in the ditch or whatever hits me when I sit down with it. But I won't be able to do any heavy lifting after the 28th for a while, so I'd like to try and get as many layered as possible. I might be able to get some of the smaller ones quilted as long as I don't have to really shove them through the machine. When I'm getting ready to do the second row, I'm making sure that I look at which way this seam fell and make sure I stick to that and nest my seams. And that really helps with accuracy. And I know why these quilt blocks were so off. I mean, some of these seams are horrendous, huge. It was because I didn't realize on this quilting foot, this 1/4 inch foot, I didn't realize where the 1/4 inch from the needle was. But since I've been using the featherweight and using that 1/4 inch foot, which is a scant 1/4 inch foot, my piecing has really gotten much better, and now I know where the 1/4 inch actually is here on this foot, and it's not where intuition says it is. So how do you like that? The blocks aren't sewn together yet. It's just up on the design board, but I like it. At first, when I started sewing the blocks together, I was getting concerned that it's growing on me. I like it. Especially when I look at it in the camera lens, I really like the displacement of the white rectangles. There's just something about it. It kind of looks like one of those Mexican villages on a hill, another South American locale that has houses tightly packed together on a hill. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting from it, and I actually really like it. So I was thinking, oh, maybe I'll just put some sashing in between it. I think I'm just going to sew it together like this. I think it's a lot of fun. I think someone will have an interesting time looking at it. It's not a boring quilt, that's for sure. But oh wow, yes, I really like that. And the white and the light blue rectangles, it just really looks like a city to me. I like it. I like it a lot. So, my what if? What if I cut up and disappeared a potato chip block? Here you go. Now you know. Now I did another design where instead of stay put. Stay. Okay. Don't stay. Instead of doing the 3-inch all the way around, I thought about going from corner to corner and just moving a couple of the triangles around. So that's something we might try on another potato chip project. But I think it's really interesting, the idea of making a potato chip block, which I love so much, and then cutting it up and rearranging it. I think it's a lot of fun. And I think that there's a lot of potential. So instead of cutting it 3-inch, you could cut it in 4ths, or you could cut it at 1.5 inch. You could do all sorts of weird things to it. I think it's fun. I like it, and I think it was just a fun little quick project. I'm getting a very large pile of quilt top. So we've got to start some quilting soon. So there you have it, YouTube. Another quilt. I really like, man, the more I look at this, the more I like it. And it does give you kind of like a city vibe. It really does. When you zoom way out, it really does give you that vibe. But I love the movement. I love the way it came together. And I think it'll be a great quilt for a guy. Maybe he even had some of these shirts. Who knows? Maybe he even donated a couple of these shirts to the Salvation Army where I picked them up. And I do hope you will drop back by and see my next video, see my next project. And please do hit that subscribe button. It would mean the world to me to know that you subscribe to my channel. And I love you all. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you real soon. God bless.
Good night, Elizabeth.
Good night, John Boy.